What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Pat Cave. This is my first video for October. Can't believe this year is going by so fast. I'm wearing a costume, clearly to celebrate the occasion. Not only the Men in Black Neuralyzer coming out, but also for Halloween at the end of this month. Love Halloween, so I'm going to try and do a new costume for every video this week. Yeah, this one's sort of a dead giveaway. The other ones are going to be a little more obscure. Some of them you might be able to figure it out, you might not. Thought that'd be something fun to do. This one just seemed to fit the theme of the video, and unless you thought I was from Phantasm, I don't know what else it could have been. But we're going to go ahead and talk about the Factory Entertainment Neuralyzer. This is the 1997 version, which is from the first Men in Black movie. They've released a Neuralyzer previous to this, and they've also just re-released it, the one from part 2. That one I've owned a replica from Master Replicas a long time ago. There's another prop replica company back in the day. I think they went out of business though, and I ended up selling mine years ago. Kind of glad that they finally decided to make the first movie version, because that was always my favorite. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and talk about that and do an unboxing video right after this. Is the limited edition Factory Entertainment Neuralyzer. I got it the other day. I just haven't had a chance to open it. I had a friend visiting for the weekend, and this is the first time I'm going to have to go through it. Let's go ahead and dive in. Men in Black was originally a comic book series made into a film series in 1997. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, and I've always kind of tried to pick up props over the years from it, the guns and the gadgets and stuff like that. And a little background on the Neuralyzer, but I think the very first version of this came from a company called Master Replicas, and that was in the 2000s sometime. But every Neuralyzer replica that they've made over the years was always the version from the second movie, which had like a blue light, and it didn't have like a digital display on it, the year, date, time, that kind of stuff, or the little year display basically. So this is the version from part 1, which is finally released, thank God, that has the red light with the year display, which I'm pretty excited for. I think a lot of other people were too. For years we've only been able to get the second movie version, and it's gotten quite expensive too. I know Master Replicas did that one, and I had one of those before, and I know that Factory Entertainment also did that, and I believe Factory Entertainment also did a Noisy Cricket replica, which was also from the second movie. I'm not really sure why a lot of the props are from the second film as opposed to the first, if there's just more reference for them, or it was a licensing thing or what, but I'm glad that they finally ended up being able to make this one. Let's take a look here. So I've got some foam. And here we go, the box. Looks like it's a matte box, kind of smooth, just got the logo, the MiB logo in the center here. It's like another video mentioned, the logo is sideways for some reason. I'm assuming just because the box is, you know, vertical as opposed to horizontal design thing. I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get a little bit better look at this thing. Here's the box, if you guys wanted to check that out, the graphics on there. Limited edition. I believe the edition number was 1997, the year the movie came out, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, it's got some of the, looks like some of the alien writing too on the top here. That's a nice touch. And we've got the booklet, Men in Black Neuralyzer Limited Edition Prop Replica. And on the back's the operating instructions. Looks like it's got some information about how to use it, how to put the batteries in. little bit of information on there, how the dials work, your display, and it looks like they printed the certificate of authenticity inside of the actual instructions, which is a little different. I'm not sure why they didn't put a separate certificate, but I don't really, to tell you the truth, I've never really kept certificate of authenticities unless it's something like, I don't know, I just kind of usually throw them in a drawer. I don't ever usually plan on selling any of this stuff after. Of course, I don't think anyone ever does plan on selling it until you have to, but yeah, pretty cool. Little instruction booklet, tells how to use it. I had watched another member's video, so I kind of was a little bit familiar with it, so I'll put a link down for his review below. It's a little bit closer up, so you might be able to see slightly better too what you're looking at. Let's see here. It comes in a nice, looks like it has a nice glass shadow box display, which is a little different. Their old cases on the Master Replicas Neuralyzer that I had before, that one was like a museum type display case like the J2 pistol that I have, and that one's basically like a piece of acrylic, I think it's just acrylic and plexiglass, and it's like a cube, it just sort of fits over it. Another member mentioned that when they tried to remove it, sometimes the top it would knock it over or it'd fall off, so this might be a little bit more secure in the long run. Looks like it has a little latch on the side. Then yeah, you open it up and you've got the Neuralyzer inside. Battery included, always handy. And yeah, this thing's got some good heft to it. It's pretty weighty actually. I think it feels heavier than the one from Master Replicas. It could be crazy though. It's been a really long time since I had that. For those of you that haven't seen Men in Black in a long time, I think I saw it with my grandma in 1997 when it came out, and I remember I was in Merced at the theaters. I was always fascinated with all the gadgets they have, all the cool shiny things they've got. Oh, here's a plaque too. This one's a number 40 of 1997. So there's a close-up of that. I will get a good shot of it. And this foam insert in here has like a really nice cutout too, so it's not gonna like fly around inside here or anything like that. And there's the piece of foam, so the glass doesn't get messed up. I'll try and take that out in a minute. So there's that. And we've got the battery. And let's see. Man, just like the movie. It has a release on the center here, so you basically just push this in and it opens. And it feels, yeah, really weighty. Nice feel to it, yeah. The old one I just remember from Master Replicas. I mean, I don't know, like I said, it could be crazy, but it felt a little more lightweight than this. The original props were also not chromed like this. They were machined aluminum, and I know that Factory Entertainment made 2 editions of the J2 pistol, which is Tommy Lee Jones's gun. And they did an Elite edition, which was polished aluminum as opposed to the chrome finish. That was for like the ultra collectors that wanted like the most accurate way that the props were in the movies. Because chrome, obviously, it's very shiny, so if you're trying to film with something like this, it's going to get a little bit blurry, or not blurry, what am I talking about? Reflective for the cameras. That's going to be a problem if they're trying to have, you know, if you're trying to film something like this. You're going to see the camera's reflection in it if it's shiny. So you'll notice in the movies it's a lot more dull than this. And yeah, they did a pistol. I have that version, the Elite version, which is the polished aluminum. And I know a lot of people had problems with I think they put like a clear sealant over it so that it didn't oxidize as badly, or so the metal didn't dull as quickly, and you know, people still had issues with that. So I'm assuming that's probably why they didn't want to bother trying to do it with the Neuralyzers for a similar reason. And it's understandable. I mean, this looks very nice and it doesn't have any issues. It's not going to have any problems with getting dull. Chrome lasts forever, basically. So I use it on car bumpers, all that stuff. So yeah, let me go ahead and throw the batteries in. We'll take a look here. Looks like you just twist it and it comes off. All right, so put the battery in. It comes into 2 pieces. You just twist it and it comes off. So, and the battery slot's right here. And like I said, there's another member that did a really good video on an up close for this, and you can watch his video. I'll put the link down below. And he kind of mentions, and I didn't know this, but apparently He said the old batteries were the kind that are just constantly feeding the neuralyzer. It's being drained very quickly, so the batteries didn't last long. He said the battery, the way it's set up now, it's an LED instead of a strobe, so it's supposed to hold up a lot longer battery-wise, which is a relief to me, because I always think that with these things that they're going to just go so quick that you're going to have to replace the batteries nonstop. I know that I have a Noisy Cricket, and that Noisy Cricket I've got is from, that must be almost 10 years old now, and the battery in that still works. You know, granted it's a small battery, but it's still going. And just insert the battery right here. All right, so batteries have been installed, so what you're going to see is something like this. How friggin' cool is that? I've been waiting for one of these forever. I remember seeing a replica of one of these, and it was long before Master Replicas ever made their version, and it had the year display, and I remember thinking something was missing when I saw like the Master Replicas version, and that's why. It's because it was a second movie and it didn't have the digital display. It's funny how small things like that can make such a difference, but yeah, and it has, I need to just hold it up, and there we go. Wow. Yeah, I am really impressed with this. This is like, it's actually even nicer than I thought. Yeah, it has a super bright strobe too, which is really nice. The old one I don't think was ever that bright for Master Replicas, especially if the battery started to go. Really beautiful quality. Really cool. And I'm going to be doing a fan film next year with some friends. That's a different channel that I'm going to have, but it's going to be a Men in Black fan series, so I'm trying to get all the props together. This was one that I was waiting for, and it's nice because it was supposed to come out in December and got released early, so here we are. Christmas came early this year. And I've got the J2, some of the bigger guns too, so I'll do reviews on those. I'm kind of just trying to do one video per prop just to, you know, so I can go more in depth on some of these things. And the original Neuralyzer props were built by Rick Gamez. I think he's based out of Portland, but I know that he said in one of his comments on the movie prop forum that he had to build, he said the Neuralyzers were one of the hardest things he's ever had to make, if not the hardest, and he said that he had to build, I want to say 5 of these in 3 weeks. He didn't have anything to go off of. He had to make them from scratch, machine them, do the electronics, all that stuff. I can't imagine it was easy or simple, and I would imagine extremely stressful. But yeah, this has got some some good weight to it. It's really cool. Super bright too. The flash on there. Wow. So they made a couple different versions for the movies too. I don't know if they had stunt versions of these. I don't think they did. But I know that they had oversized versions, and those ones actually were the ones with the digital displays on them, to my knowledge. This is based off the information I've gleaned from online, from friends who are more expert authorities on this. But yeah, there was oversized props. They were probably, you know, if this was the same thing, it'd probably be like about that much bigger. And those were the ones that had the digital displays on them. It looks like they took that version and then the smaller version, which they used also, but not for the close-ups. And it looks like they kind of just combined them together for a more idealized version, which is cool. It would be neat if they would do a larger version, maybe that's a little more accurate as far as like the polished aluminum stuff. I don't see that happening, but you know, to tell you the truth, this is really cool as it is. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'm just happy to get one from 1997. Super cool. But I will go ahead and show you a few close-ups here. Yeah, you could do 1985. You can go up to speed up to 2023. Whoop, overshot a little bit. And here's the LED on the front. Super, super bright, really bright. And let's go ahead and hit the camera. And it looks like whenever you open it back up, it kind of just reverts to 1997, which is cool. You know, that's the year the movie came out. That's the year you see in the prop, so it makes sense that they would keep it there. So yeah, this foam comes out of here. You can just pull it right out of the top cover. Would be good for transporting it, stuff like that. And you can pull this out. And I saw this in the other members' video, so I kind of cheated. But you know, and you flip it around here. And then instead of being the closed position, you can display it in the upright position. Oops. And you can take the little plaque out. I'm going to set that up in the case. And yeah, there you go. Really, really pretty. Super nice prop. It's got the little latch on the sides. Thanks for watching my video though today. I hope you enjoyed it. I love the prop. The Neuralyzer turned out awesome. Good job on Factory Entertainment's part. I hope they end up making some more Men in Black props. Maybe one of the big guns. Who knows? I don't see it happening, but I really hope they do. I think there's a good market for it. Maybe even an ultra limited run, or another Neuralyzer perhaps. That's maybe the machined polished aluminum instead. The oversized version would be cool. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a like and subscribe next Friday for the Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight Blood Key review. And I will catch you guys soon here. Or not.